Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, February the 2nd. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. Finally, it is game day. The Vancouver Canucks are in Colorado to take on the Avalanche, the start of a 4-game road trip. They are tied with Colorado in points, but they have played one more game. So a huge game. Obviously, if the Canucks win, either with the full 2 and Colorado gets 0 points or 1, Vancouver will go ahead of Colorado in the standings. Colorado will still have that 1 game in hand, of course, but at least Vancouver will be above them in the standings. So let's see what happens. I have high hopes, I'll get to that in a second, for this game, for the Canucks for the rest of the year. And if it feels like the Canucks haven't played forever, well, it's been a long time. Their last game was that 5-2 loss at home to Carolina on Wednesday night, January the 23rd. So it's been a week and a half, about 10 days or so. And I think at least we had the All-Star game to get us through the first 5 days of that. And it's been a long 4 or 5 days since then. Let's talk about the Canucks lineup, and then I'll talk a bit about my song, and then I'm out of here. I'm dressed up like this today. Not that you care, but got to represent the GLCPC, of course. I'm actually going to a wedding, then doing a talk at a youth ministry conference, then whipping back to the reception, emceeing the wedding reception. It's actually the 18th time that I'll be emceeing a wedding reception. I'm surprised that 18 couples have trusted me with the microphone, but being blessed to do so. So it's my good friends Mary and Rodney getting married today, I should say. Okay, for the lineup, the Canucks practiced yesterday. They practiced Thursday at UBC, then yesterday in Colorado. Same lines both days. So, you know, coming out of a break, I'm not sure how much they're going to tinker. Maybe it is a perfect chance to tinker. I'm not so sure. I never can get into Travis Green's head, but it sounds like the lines will go like this. Horvat between Berchi and Levo as your top line. Then you have Pettersson and Besser with either Goodobin or Granlund. I prefer Goodobin, especially because he hasn't played in a while. So Pettersson, Besser, and one of Goodobin or Granlund, one of the 2 G guys. Third line will be Brandon Sutter between Jake Virtanen and Antoine Roussel. As I mentioned yesterday, it sounds like Travis Green really likes that Roussel and Virtanen combination. I can see why, you know, enough speed, enough skill, and certainly some grit there. And then the fourth line will have Jay Beagle and Louis Eriksson, and then one of Tyler Mott or Tim Schaller. It's mostly being Mott over Schaller. So if I was to guess a lineup, I would actually put Goodobin with Pettersson and Besser. There's been a lot of talk about Goodobin once again. So maybe coming out of a break would be a great time to put Goodobin in. And then the fourth line, I would keep Mott on there, not Schaller. So I would go Eriksson with Beagle and Schaller. So perfect lineup to me: Horvat, Berchi, Levo, Pettersson, Besser, Goodobin, Sutter, Roussel, Virtanen, Beagle, Eriksson, Mott. D pairing is always the same: Edler, Tanev, Hutton, Stetcher, Goodbranson, Pouliot with Alex Biega as the extra D-man there. And then, of course, you have Jacob Markstrom in net with Thatcher Demko backing him up. So I'm excited. You know, obviously Colorado's, you could say they're underperforming. You look at the firepower they have up front, obviously, with the big 3 of Rantanen, Landeskog, and McKinnon. And they've combined for many, many points, obviously. And, you know, they got some secondary players. Their D and their goaltending, not bad, not great, but that's why they're basically tied with the Canucks. They're an average team this season. But, of course, the big 3 are always tough to handle, but we're going to need our big 3 of Horvat, Besser, and, of course, Pettersson to step up. So I'm excited. I won't be able to watch the game, obviously, because I'll be too busy blabbing into a microphone at the wedding reception, but I'll have it on PVR, and I'll look forward to coming home from the night and hopefully watching Canucks win. It's really exciting, you guys, that almost every game will make a difference in the standings. We'll be scoreboard watching when the Canucks are playing, of course, and when they're not playing, to see what the other teams are doing. And we know that they're in a fight with Minnesota, Dallas, and Colorado, Anaheim, Edmonton, St. Louis, Arizona. Did I say Arizona twice? No, I don't. Anaheim, Edmonton, Arizona, and I said another team in there, or St. Louis. So there's at least 7 teams there that the Canucks are fighting with. So 8 teams fighting for 2 spots. It's gonna be exciting last 2.5 months of the season. It's gonna be an exciting 3 month. Let's try that again. I'm so excited. It's gonna be an exciting 2.5 months to the end of the season. It's gonna be an exciting 3 weeks leading up to the trade deadline. A lot of time to talk about that. Lastly, I wanna thank you for all the feedback. We released our new Canucks video yesterday, and it's to Panic at the Disco's hit song, High Hopes. And we, of course, changed it to Canucks lyrics, talking about Pettersson, Besser, Horvat, the high hopes that we have for a reason, the high hopes, shooting for the stars, aiming beyond this season. Don't worry, I'm not gonna sing the whole song. I will link the video for you. And like with any creative project, and I talked about this on the podcast with Shahid as well, I get that anytime you put yourself out there or try something different, you're gonna get positive feedback, which is appreciated, and constructive feedback as well. I don't mind the constructive feedback. The negative feedback, actually, that doesn't sweat me either. As much as I talk about it, I'm long past that now. In fact, I seek out the creative comments making fun of me. You know, I have no problem if you don't like the content, but you know, you can stay. Would rather have people stay away actually from the homophobic, the sexist, or the racist comments. But those thankfully have gone down. Now it's just more of, this is so cringy, this is cringe, how can the Canucks, you know, work with and approve something like that. That kind of stuff, it doesn't bother me at all, because to each his own. And I get that's the challenge and the joy and the blessing and the curse, I should say, of putting stuff out there on the internet. So we shall see. But it's been, you know, I think the opportunity, of course, I wrote the lyrics. Marie sang them and sang them very well, as always. She's an amazing performer, an amazing friend. And then we worked with a new guy named Rob Clements. He produced the track for us, did a great job. My brother Jason wasn't available the night that we recorded. So overall, I'm so grateful for the team that they are willing to collaborate with me and with Marie and me. I'm so grateful for their trust. And they've actually branded this one as a Canucks video. It says Canucks TV on there. It says We Are Canucks at the end. And I think they're actually going to be using it somewhere, either maybe on social media, which has been on, or maybe actually at some home games as their pump-up video. And if that's the case, man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And, you know, I get it. The song might be acquired taste, or maybe my videos or me, maybe I'm an acquired taste, or maybe people won't ever acquire that taste, which is fine. But I'm just very grateful. And it's not look at me, show off. Rather, a chance to express my fandom in a creative way. So thanks again for the feedback, whether it's positive, constructive, whatever it may be. I appreciate you watching it, liking it, sharing it. In less than 24 hours, it only went out at 4 o'clock last night. So in, I guess, 4 a.m. and then now it's, so in about 18 hours or so, it's racked up 18,000 views on Facebook, another 13,000 on Twitter, and another 7,000 on YouTube. So almost 40,000 views in less than 24 hours. Exciting stuff. And, you know, it's a good thing I have a very healthy self-esteem, surprise, surprise, as I go through the YouTube comments. It's interesting, actually. On Twitter, the feedback has been 95% positive. On Facebook, maybe 75 to 80% positive. And then on YouTube, it's like 3% positive. It's pretty crazy. And it's funny how YouTube is my main vehicle for sharing vlogs. But you know, Twitter and Facebook, the feedback has been much better there. I think it's easier to share on Twitter, obviously, too. And Facebook as well. Regardless, thank you. I certainly have high hopes. I would love it if the team pushed for a playoff position, but I also understand where they are in their rebuild, so to speak. And you know, it wouldn't hurt us too much if we did not make the playoffs. But I think there's enough belief and there's enough confidence in the room where they're going to certainly do their best and make a good push of it for the last 2.5 months, I should say. All right. Canucks fan, leave a comment below. Canucks fans, not singular. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. I haven't done this in a while. Tell me what you think about tonight's game. What do you expect? Do you think the Canucks will be able to handle the big three of Colorado? What do you expect of our big three? What do you expect of our team going into the last 2.5 months of the season? I'll do my best to read, react, and reply. It might be tough today because I'll be driving all over the Lower Mainland, as I mentioned, but I still be assured that I read all of the comments, positive and constructive. So please leave a comment below, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, and enjoy the day. It's game day, Canucks in Colorado, kicking off the last third of the season. I hope you, like me, have high hopes for this team. God bless, and go Canucks go.